Welcome back to the Twingo channel. It's been a while since I've posted up any videos. I've had quite a bit going on in my life and doing stuff. The little Twingo GT has been really good. I've done some minor repairs and bits and pieces to it, but recently I've been getting a engine management light flashing and the service light coming on, and then it wouldn't go away, and the car's been stumbling a little bit on start-up from cold. And so today what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the spark plugs, change the filter, do the oil filter as well, and see whether that makes a difference. I have the car was serviced about 2 years ago, and it hasn't done that huge amount of miles. I know that the engine code is P300, which is multiple misfires on multiple cylinders, which can be the crankshaft sensor or the temperature coolant sensor. I've had that on the blue car here. So yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get do a basic service on this. I'm going to actually start the car up and actually warm the oil up, and I'll actually show you, hopefully show you the actual light itself. So let's just start the car up and let it warm up. So the car tends to start absolutely fine. Don't worry too much about seeing a faint glow on some of these. This is a ground problem. It's either the ground problem or the diodes have gone wrong inside the actual dash. It's a very common fault on Twingos. It can be fixed. I haven't put the instrument cluster on the bench to have a look at it on my other channel, which is Resurrection Retro, so I'm going to do that. Now I don't know whether you can hear, there's a slight misfire. It's sort of burbling rather than running smoothly. Let's let it warm up and see what happens. One other option is that this is the lambda sensor and it's not responding properly on startups, which is another potential problem, but I'm going to give it a good service and go through the whole car and just slowly work through until I solve it. Just one other thought, it actually could have been bad fuel which was causing this. I did put some fuel in. It was on 1/4 of a tank, and so I filled it up. Cost a bloody arm and a leg in the UK right now. So it could also be bad fuel causing misfires or some sort of crap. So yeah, let's see what happens. So here we are underneath the engine. What I'm going to do is take the I don't know whether you can see in there, that's where the oil filter is. Yeah, just literally just there. I'm going to take that off. Looks relatively new, but that's all right. This particular car is a Scottish car. It's come from Scotland, and the first 3, 4, 5 years in Scotland, and up there they use a lot of salt on the roads, so it has got some corrosion, but generally it's all right. So yeah, okay, I'm just going to take that oil filter off camera and start draining the oil. I tend to use this type of wrench for my oil filters. It's a lot more adaptable than some of the other ones, especially the chain ones, which sometimes don't grip very well. This one does actually, surprisingly. It's got little things, and most of them it gets off. I use it on the bike and the cars, and yeah, relatively cheap. Doing this with the phone with the phone in one hand and trying not to get oil everywhere is a bit of a pain, but I'll try and keep you in there wherever I can. 3, there we go. Oh, that's dirty. That's dirty. Let's put that down there. Right, let's set that drain. So the 2 oil filters I thought were for the Renaults were actually for my Kawasaki Z1000, so I've got to go and try and rummage around the loft and see whether I can find them. I'm not entirely sure where they are. I did have 2 filters for Renault Twingos sitting around. Let me go and have a look. So I couldn't find the oil filter, so I'm just going to tighten the old oil filter back up, and I'll get a new one and fit that. That's no problem at all. So next is to change the air filter and the spark plugs. The oil filter looks a bit dirty, nothing serious. So I don't think it's fouling the plugs with that. So now I can access all the spark plugs. Right, so this is a very common problem on these D4F engines. The spark plug holes, basically you've got these rubbers around. So you've got the engine cover on top here, and then you actually, these rubbers, they degrade, and what happens is the oil blows by and starts to leak around these, and you have to take the whole cover off. I've done one previously on my channel. If you look back through my videos, you'll see I did it to the other Twingo GT that my friend Andy had. So yeah, this one seems to be just starting to leak. So I've actually got an entire set of these. I've got 2 sets of these. So I might actually do that on another video again. Whether you want to see at least 2 videos doing this, I'm not sure, but we'll see. Now with these engines, you need a specific type of spark plug puller. This one you have to actually go out and actually buy it. It's a specialist item. So yes, I got this from the local motor factors, and it was about 15 or 18 pounds or something like that. So just be careful. If you haven't got one of these and you try to do it yourself, you could end up with your socket all stuck all the way down there and unable to get at it. With this one, it's quite easy to do, and it won't get stuck. The spark plugs sort of look okay. The gaps on them look a little... Let's see whether I can zoom in on this. Come on, zoom. There we go. The gaps look a little small to me. I don't know, that doesn't look right. Not 100%, it could be right. I've seen many spark plugs in my time, and that just looks just a tad small. I've got brand new OEM parts. This is a NGK ILK AR7A7. I think these were put in only a couple of years ago. There's a little bit of water because I jet washed the car and also jet washed around the engine bay a little bit, so there was a little bit of water, but that was the issues were coming up before that jet wash. I was just cleaning up the car a little bit. They look okay, but well, I've got original OEM Renault stuff now, so I'll put that in and see how we go. Yeah, there's a bit more of a gap there than the other ones. So if I do that one, and then I bring that one in, I don't know whether it's me or not. I don't know. I think they're about the same actually, to be honest with you, but I'll put the new ones in. I've just got the other 3 in, so this is the last one. And hopefully that should bind. Come on, bind. There we go. That's it. And I'm going to tighten them up and make sure that yes, they're all the right torque. Please check with your car's manual if you're going to do it. Generally the ones with the crush washers, you can, I think they actually can do it less. I tend to nip them up till they're tight, and then about 1/8 of a turn or something like that, and that generally is my golden rule. I don't put the spark plugs too tight. I have stripped a spark plug on a Lotus Esprit, a 1978 one, and that wasn't a fun thing. Yes, so right, let's nip them all up. I've just noticed the date on this old filter was 18th of the 4th 19, so it's probably fitted in 2019. And again, with COVID, we didn't exactly use our cars much, so I'm going to put the new filter in right now. Right, air filter back in, spark plugs, and leads back on. I'm just going to fit the air tube back in, like that, and fit that down like that. That's pretty much everything on top done. sump plug is back in. Always remember to put that back in. I have in the past forgotten to put it in and poured fresh oil in all over my feet, so just bear that in mind. And also the, if I can get it to focus, yep, there we go, the oil filter, I've screwed that back on again because I haven't got the right one. I'll get the right one, that's fine. I can't exactly do this with a phone in my hand, so I'm gonna do this off camera and get the oil in. Right, the oil level is literally just above the maximum mark. That's absolutely fine. So I'm going to start the engine, let it warm up, and see whether we get the code. Now the oil I've put into this isn't my usual oil, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this for 500 to 1,000 miles, use it like a flush, and I'm going to get the standard ELF oil. I've always used ELF in my Renaults. Certainly the gearbox oil. I've put in other brands into Renaults before and had all sorts of shifting problems, so I generally stick with ELF for these type of cars. And there we are, it's settled down. Let's go and see whether it's come off on the dash. No sign. No sign at all. So this could have been, let's just get in. So this could have been bad fuel, don't know. I haven't given this car a service since I've owned it, which was about 3 months ago. I've had the timing belt done, so the coolant was replaced by Lease Autos in Oldham. He's a pretty good guy over there. So yes, I haven't really done a minor service or even a major service on this yet. So we'll soon see. It's been a great little car. It's been fuel efficient, 45-50 miles to the gallon easily. The only thing wrong with it is the aircon, which doesn't work, so I'll see if I can get it regassed or if there's a leak. Yeah, I'm very pleased with this little car. Yes, much better than the Suzuki Swift. It's far more engaging, and okay, not as powerful, but sometimes it's not what power you've got, it's how you use it. Thanks for watching. Like, share and subscribe. I'm a small channel, just documenting my life with my Twingos, and I'll see you on the next video, hopefully a little bit sooner than the last one. And there we go. Yeah. So it hasn't solved it. Right on cue.